Hey good people, welcome to my channel. This is the tie class. So as you can see, this tie is suffering from bead leakage, and it only happens for three reasons. One, it's either the tie's bead is archaic. Two, or there is a foreign object between the tie's bead and then the rim locus. Or three, the rim itself is rusting or has rusted. So you get to know that by taking the tie out first, or probably breaking the bead first. So let's deflate the tie. Now the air is done. Let's try and break the first bead, which is very necessary, as you cannot take out any tie without breaking the bead. That is the first law. Okay, so the first bead is broken. Mostly the first bead is somehow very easy, but then the second bead is where the problem lies. Sometimes it is very tricky, very problematic, I'm telling you. Okay, seems like this one is obedient, so let's get it done. Okay, so after breaking the beads, I realized the rim had rusted. So I had to take off the tie before I could, scratch or probably grind the rim and make it smooth. But firstly, you have to apply some lubricant so you don't tear the tie's bead. Once you tear the tie's bead, you're almost sending the tie to limbo. So gradually, with your tools, you take the tie off. So you grab it from there, as in display. You give it some hits, and then boom, the rim is out. You see, as simple as ABCD. Okay, so let's tackle the situation. You see, it has rusted, and that is what is causing the bead to leak. You can't get it back on the road if you do not scratch every single rust over there. I'm using bread knife. That is what I mostly use because it is very good for me. I've been using this for a while now, and it's always helping me do this job. Sometimes too, I use buffing machine, but hey, this is not that severe, so this can do the job. You can also use sandpaper, anything that can just make it smooth for you. You can use it. Not necessarily use a bread knife if you cannot handle it, because any mistake could lead to occupational hazard. You know it. I don't have to elaborate too much. So gradually you scratch every single rust over there. Make sure it is very smooth so the tie's bead can sit and sit properly with no interference from any foreign object or rust, because there has to be a connection between the tie's bead and the rim, and it has to be smooth. That is why when you put your hand against the tie's bead, there is nothing popping up, or there is nothing rocky over there. It is always smooth. So you should assume the rim should also be very smooth. Now we're done with the process. Let's cleanse it. Let's rinse it. Exactly. Rinse it properly. Make sure it is very clean. Do clean job. You have to do a clean job. rinse it very very well. So now the rim is very very smooth. Now you apply some lube as you prepare to mount the tie back on. Now the tie is ready. You apply some lube to the tie too, so it makes it smooth. Okay, you have to gently hammer it so it doesn't break or get any impact on the rim. That's very very necessary. Do not do a job whilst you also destroying another. Then gently, bit by bit, you mount back the tie on the rim. You see, it's as easy as that. Now a tie has been mounted. Let's take it out and then go and inflate it. Now I'm taking out the valve from the valve stem, as it makes the air goes direct so it can push the tie. Yet it wasn't still pushing it, so I had to use the OG strategy. Press the back, then you fix the hole, and then you support it from the front too with your leg, anything. Then you open the air, boom, you see it's coming. This is an OG strategy before Bead Blaster. I mean, I don't have Bead Blaster, so you have to be using the OG strategy just like that. I believe with time I'll buy Bead Blaster. So now we're done with the inflation. Let's fix back our valve and then gauge it. Okay, so it's not up to gauge, so I have to insert the external, okay, inflate it again. Now it is up to gauge. You see, subscribe if you found this helpful.